10th season, a decade or so, as the Assistant Athletic Director for Communications at Tulane University. He's been in the media relations field for nearly 2 decades now, and he oversees all aspects of the Tulane Athletics Communication Office, including finances, technology, the website, social media platforms, has assistants, student workers, does it all, and of course on game days takes care of everybody in our business at stadiums and arenas. Tulane is off this week before hosting Central Florida, a week from Saturday at 7 p.m. at Yeoman Stadium, coming off of a 38-7 win over Maine. Please give a warm Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club welcome to Roger Dunaway of Tulane University. Roger.
Good afternoon. It's great to be here again. You know, this is such a great event. I'd like to congratulate everybody on behalf of the Sports Foundation, Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation, the cannery here, Ken Drahan, on getting this event to stay here and ramping it up. I mean, obviously, I think this is a staple in the New Orleans sports community. I'm glad to see it's bigger and better. I'm starting my 10th year at Tulane. I guess I'm already in my 10th year. We're 3 games into the season. You know, one thing I was thinking about on the way down here, it's like I like to come speak to groups on a bye week, and it's even better when you're coming off a win on a bye week. And then Bill Curl called me up and told me he'd buy my lunch today, so I think it's my lucky day. We're 1-2 on the year. Last week we hosted a first-time meeting against the Maine Black Bears at Yeoman Stadium. Came out on top 38-7. If you've been following us, we got off to a rocky start, and our coach will tell you that our guys just need some confidence. We play a lot of young guys, and sometimes when you practice and you practice and you practice, you want to see results. And when you lose your first 2, you're not seeing what you want. You kind of take a look at yourself in the mirror. But you know, last week we were able to get out, play Maine, play well. So it was a good confidence game for our players. And it was great because it's probably the first game out of 3 that we've executed in all 3 phases of the game. So we really got a chance last week to see what we're capable of doing. Sherman Beatty, a John Curtis product, he touched the ball 11 times, had 189 all-purpose yards, including a 56-yard touchdown, a 51-yard pass reception. He had a big day. And then Dontrell Hilliard from Scotlandville, he had 117 yards on the ground, including an electrifying 85-yard touchdown. And then Tanner Lee from up the street, Jesuit, threw for 277 yards and a touchdown. Defensively, we had 2 interceptions, and we held Maine to 1 score. So overall, it was really a great night for us. And probably the best part about it, not only got the win, but we got to play a lot of young players. As Ken said, we're off this week, and we're preparing for UCF. We started those preparations this morning at practice. Last year, UCF was tri-champions in our league with Cincinnati and Memphis. They're off to an 0-3 start on the year, and they are at South Carolina this week, so it's not going to get any easier for those guys. They've lost 8 starters or projected starters to injuries already, so they're having an uphill climb. They've lost their quarterback, a running back, a center, and their top wide receiver on offense. So, as I said, they're going to have a tough uphill climb this week. But George O'Leary's their coach. Very good coach. He always has them prepared to play. It's tough to play those guys. They're big, they're physical. And last year, we came up short by a touchdown at their place. The game will be Saturday, October 3rd at Yeoman Stadium on ESPN News. And then we announced yesterday, we received the time from ESPN. It'll be a very early 11 a.m. kickoff at Yeoman Stadium. But it's a big game for us. It's a chance to turn the corner, get back to 500, get our first league win, which would be huge for us. Obviously, you want to start well in league play, and one of our goals is to win the league. Thanks for having me out today. It's great to be back. Our practices are open, as most of the media that are here can tell you. We'd love to have you out. Practice starts tomorrow at 8:40 a.m. at Yeoman Stadium. And with that, I'll take any questions. Not even Ed Daniels, Roe? Hey, listen, usually about this time every Tuesday, I'm introducing CJ for his press conference. I go up there, talk about the game, get him going. He phases the music, and I just kind of stand on the side. And then these guys grill him, and then today we got a little bit of role reversal, so I expected at least one question. Maybe you guys are just like my food, no?
Yeah, Roger, something I talked to you about earlier, and you had the athletic director from De La Salle and head coach from Ronald. Will you all this year open up your stadium as far as for any playoffs or anything like that, or anything in the future? Do you all plan to use that, considering it would be a great way to expose Tulane to the local high schools that have never been to the stadium? Thank you.
Sure. Hey, listen, that's a great question. Thanks for asking. Yes, we will consider high school games. We're going to get through this season, and then we will accommodate requests after the year. And I know that there's some people who've already put in requests to play games at our stadium. But absolutely, and the biggest thing, we've just got to reach the financial standpoint, because it does cost a lot just to open the stadium, have security, have a lot of people there. But it would be an absolute victory for all parties to have high school games at Yoma Stadium on the Tulane campus, and that's something we're very much anticipating. Anybody else? All right, thanks, guys.